And we are live in the place. Come on, family. Inside. You done know. Peace in, family. It's your brother from another motherland right now, Mr. Mikel, the energy. We in the game today, spiritual game. No long thing, family. We're getting into it this season. Let's go.
God on production. I don't think when I function.
Hey.
I just move with the motion.
Let's go.
Hey. Trust in the powers that be.
Let's go.
Yeah. Faith in the baseline.
Come through, family.
Keep my pace with the waistline.
It's spiritual game time, family. It's spiritual game time, family. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
God on the mixer.
Yeah.
We don't fall to no tricksters. We just walk with our mystics. Fun and sage on them misfits. Shake it off if it misfits. Then we get back to business. We ain't scared of the energies.
Legal!
Yeah, God's on the ones and twos. Satan beneath my shoes. Ancestors move my feet. Yeah, angels be making moves. Stomping in godly pace. Visions all on my face. Acting like I know the way. When I trust in the power that's inside. Trust on the power that's inside. Yeah, trust in the power that's inside. Trust in the power that be. Trust in the power that be. Tell me, what makes the earth go round? What makes the stars come out? What makes the moon come up? What makes the sun go down? What made my hands and feet? What made my nose and teeth? What makes my life complete? When I trust in the powers that be. Can we trust in the power that be? Breathe. Trust in the power that be. Breathe. Trust in the power that be. What? Trust in the power that's. Trust in the. Hey! What makes the black girl sing? What makes the black boy grin? What makes the black child free? Trust in the power that be. Yeah. What makes the black man proud? What makes the God come out? What makes the world know peace? Trust in the power that. Trust in the power that's. Hey. God on production. I don't think when I function. I just move with the motion. Hey! Trust in the power that be. Faith in the baseline. Keep my pace with the waistline. Go with flows, we don't know time. When we trust in the power that be. God's on the mix. We don't fall for no tricks. We just walk with our mystics. Burning sage on them misfits. Shake it off if it misfits. Then we get back to business. No, we ain't scared of the energies. When we trust in the power that be.
Legal! Drop you again, drop you again, drop you again.
From another motherland, we in the game right now. You done know, family. Rich, rich, rich. Rising wherever you are, family. We getting in the game today. We getting in the game, family. It's all about the spiritual game right now. How are we playing the spiritual game, family? There's a lot going on in life right now, and I just want to be a voice in your head. I just want to be a voice in your head, a voice of reason in your head. That's all I want to be right now. I just want to be a voice of reason in your head. I get the privilege to talk to a lot of people around the world. A lot of people living in different conditions, circumstances, lifestyles, and family. Everyone's going through it. Make no mistake about it right now. Everybody is going through it. There's a cosmic shift that's happening. We know about it. We've spoken about it, but we're feeling it right now on a very personal level, and it's rocking everyone's world. And those of us who aren't as esoteric as others might be thinking, Wagwan. You get what I'm saying? You know? And I just want to be a voice of reason. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm here representing my art. That is my big purpose right now. I represent my art. I represent the teachings, the lifestyle and culture of my art family. And starting today, January, which people say is the new year, but we know the natural new year is in March. And so starting today, yes, all the way till March, I'm gonna be going through the spiritual game with you until the natural new year, family. When it's time to step out in a day, black in a ya, chua, back, shot, and a ya. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? Because I promise you, family, while the world, I did this during the pandemic. If you were with me during the pandemic, you remember when the world preaches despair, when the world preaches darkness, when the world preaches fear, when the world pushes their fear program, family, that's the time for you to get ready and rejoice, because there is something happening that's in your favor. When the world heightens the fear program, there's something spiritually happening in your favor, family. And if you can stay on rhythm, meaning not get sidetracked by the mind games, not get sucked into the vortex of fear and despair, family. If you can let go of things of this world, right, during that time specifically, and focus more on your heart, the rhythm of your heart, the feeling of your heart, the where the rhythm of nature is calling you to, meaning where your life, what life is bringing to your table and calling you to participate in naturally, meaning you don't even have to fight for it. Right now, this is being called to you. If you can just focus on that, family. Yeah. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, we're gonna be all right. You see what I'm saying, family? And so, I don't know why I'm quoting so many rappers this morning, but family, Tupac said there's gonna be a lot of things in the future that's gonna make it hard for us to smile, you see? And so in preparation for that, which is very real right now, I want to give you some tools straight from our ancestors' rule book, school book, life book, on how we can navigate not only the times ahead, family, but the day-to-day life and create a world that actually reflects what we truly want. This is a time of letting go. January is still winter time over here, yeah? It's still the winter solstice. It's still the time for observation. It's still the time for letting go. If you're worried it's January 15th and you ain't putting up a fight, or you ain't a millionaire yet, or you ain't hit the gym like you're supposed to, all of that, get that out of your head, family. This is the time to step back, observe, and start to understand what rhythms you are wanting to be put on in your life. This is physical, emotional, this is your nutritional rhythm, this is all of that which creates your spiritual health. I am a spiritual health coach, family, and anybody who does want to have one-to-one with me, I want you to reach out and connect with me. January, I'm doing it 50% off for anyone who wants to start coaching and go down that journey. But check this out, family. We're in the spiritual game, and I always talk about this because it's been the understanding the spiritual game has been the one thing that's allowed me to really create a level of gratitude that makes me happy, genuinely, all the time. And we all go through challenges. We all go through, the roller coaster of emotions that our body presents to us through its rising and oscillating temperatures. But if you can stay in a state of flow between pleasure and peace, you will experience happiness. If I can leave you with just one practical tool, this is dope. This is a very practical tool. If I can leave you with one practical tool, like if you went off my live right now, if I can leave you with one practical tool, is this. And this is straight from spiritual law. Happiness is a flow, a consistent flow between pleasure and peace. One more time. Happiness is the consistent flow between pleasure and peace. Very simply, life is going to bring to you beautiful, pleasurable moments of elation, ecstasy, joy. And when those moments come to you, you are to submit yourself to that 100% fully. Don't even resist the level of pleasures that life brings into your rhythm. Devour it. In the same energy, life is going to bring you a deep level of challenge, one that your mind and body can't even recognize, logically overcome. And when that challenge comes, and it will, right? Put a flame if you're in the game. Put a flame if you're in the game. When that challenge comes, family, you are to practice and observe the quietest, most receptive level of peace. Hey! Are you with me? Are you with me? This is the respect you show for the rhythm of life. When it's up, we celebrating. Yes? When it's down, we have peace and observe the lesson that you've been called on. You see? Humble yourself through the challenge. Have peace. Don't fight the challenge with what you with the pleasures you desire. It's only going to lead you to depression. It's only going to lead you to think that something or someone is against you. Don't fight the challenge with you trying to hold on to the pleasures which were there before, the pleasures of yesterday. Itnagoso. You see what I'm saying? It's likened to you trying to keep the fruit on a tree when it's season to fall off. With the ignorance of thinking that the fruit will never bear tree again. The fruit will never bear tree. The tree will never bear fruit again. Only a person who's not of nature thinks that when a tree sheds its leaves, when the fruit falls, when that sweet, beautiful, delectable fruit falls off that tree and is barren for some months, that the fruit will never bear again. Only a person who's ignorant of nature, an artificial person, doesn't honor or respect the fact that that tree is going to not only produce fruits again, but you must work with it so that it produces even better fruits next year. Meaning, in its barren stage, take care of that damn tree. Not only when there's fruits on it, but especially when it's bare. Take care of it. Are you with me? And this is why it's so important that we get back to our own nature, because you are just like the tree as well. You have a rhythm. You have cycles. And so don't always think that, that season you had during summer, or that season you had during March, or that season you had during a particular era of life. Don't think that life is always supposed to be like that. Respect, at the same level you enjoy and are receptive to the pleasure, respect and honor the challenge, the negative, respect and honor that. Because by doing so, meaning sitting there, observing and accepting the rhythm of negativity that is surrounding you, for example, it's going to allow you to be in the perfect place to take action. You're preserving your energy to take the necessary course of action when called to by your rhythm of nature. And by doing so, the fruits that you produce, the fruits that you produce.
Legal! Drop you again!
The fruits that you produce based on that level of peace, it's come like when I live in the motherland. You can't finish the fruit. You have to share it. You see, us here in England, this is another reason why I'm so passionate about taking us back to the motherland, because we don't know what this thing we call God and spirit. It's really like a theory to us. It's a book. It's like a fantasy novel that we kind of just play around with. But when you enter the motherland and you observe nature and nature's process and nature's people with nature, there's no way not to believe in God. or the rhythm of the process, it's impossible. It's impossible not to believe in God in those scenarios, family. You see what I'm saying? And you will eat, family. When you're in the motherland and that tree, when it's avocado season, are you all right? When it's avocado season, you see us, we go Tesco's, we buy 2 avocados and we fill, or 2 mangoes from the fresh food market. 2 organic mangoes costing you about £6. £6, right? And you don't even want to share that. You're cutting it up and giving a little piece to your wife, little piece to your daughter. If your brethren comes, you're all hiding the good fruit. You get what I'm saying? Scarcity mentality. You see? But when you're in the motherland and it's avocado season, mango season, watermelon season, family, you're begging people to take it. You're begging people to take it. You're begging people to share them fruits. Please come, I have too many. Please take. Where's your bag? Where's your sack? Bag? Where's your sack? Let me load that up. Go home with this. Give it to your wife. Give it to your friends. Are you all right? This is what I'm saying. You as a person of nature, when you honor your own rhythm, when you honor your own rhythm, when you honor your own rhythm, when you honor your own season, listen, avocado season, follow me, family. Avocado season is not mango season. Mango season is not watermelon season. They all have their seasons. So watermelon's over there and he's getting busy. It's September, he's getting busy. Big, green, red, black seed, juicy, and mangoes sitting there like, cha. I'm to them man there, bruv. Well, I'm to them man, bruv. Look at him, bruv. Just boasting. Abundant. Bare seeds and juice and that. Bare trees and that. Where's my trees? I can't see no fruit around here. Nah, watermelon. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna get some green paint. Do you know what, yeah? I'm gonna get some green paint. I'm gonna get some red seeds. Yeah. This year, I'm gonna be a watermelon. And the man gonna be trying so hard. I hope you're following me, and the man gonna be trying so hard because he's watching the next man's season, seeing how much people are salivating over the watermelon. He don't know that mango season is coming up, bro. And if he just relaxes, just chills, just wait, cultivate, sort out your soil, prune the leaves. You understand? Get in your meditation, get in your rhythm. If he just waits, mango season's gonna come and slew everyone. You get what I'm saying? It's not a competition. Nature makes way for abundance of all things natural. One more time, nature makes way and has room for all things natural. It's only because I feel a scarce mentality where we can't even see that that's how life works even for us. You get what I'm saying, family? So when I'm talking about playing your spiritual game, when I'm talking about are you in the game? No. When I'm talking, when I'm talking about that, family, I'm talking about honoring the spiritual rhythm that you have, honoring you have a particular gift, you have a particular nature. You see? And when those two meet each other, happiness, health, wealth, success, love, peace, freedom is just your way of life. It's just your way of life. You see what I'm saying? It's just your way of life, family. I want you to get into appreciation mode. Do me a favor, yeah? Here's a meditation for you. Here's a gratitude meditation for you. Very simple, yeah? Next time you're feeling a certain way about life, because the mind is either in the past or the future. The mind is never present. It has two hemispheres. In the center is what the heart is supposed to be producing. The mind has two hemispheres, and they're either in the past or in the future. The mind is never present, right? So, in order to create the experience of presence for your mind, I want you, next time you're feeling a way, just take a deep breath and scan your environment. Just sit in silence, right? And scan your environment. on some AI business. Just look at every single thing. Like, you could probably do this now. Even right now, you can look at it. This is a great way to meditate. Scan your environment. You might be in your house. You might be in your car. I don't know where you are. Near or far. Scan the environment. What can you see? Like, really take in everything you can actually see. So for me, I'm looking at my daughter's teepee that we put up together. I'm looking at my camera. I'm looking at my microphone. I'm looking at my daughter's doll from the motherland. I'm looking at my MacBook. I'm looking at my Rodecaster Pro. I'm looking at some more toys. I'm looking at my books behind me. My wife's painting. This symbol, my flag. I'm looking at all these things. I'm looking at myself now, my garments, this clothing, and then the house. Outside, I can see outside the weather. I can hear children laughing and screaming from the schools. All right then. As you scan everything, so scan, acknowledge, pick up everything, do a scan, and then scan again, and then have a moment with each item of thing that you see, and really get to grips with what that thing actually means to you. Yeah? So scan once, acknowledge, then scan again, and remember, how did this thing come into your house? I got a teepee in front of me. It's a really beautiful teepee for children. One of my friends gave it to me. I remember my friend. He gave it to me because we did some work together, and he knows I have a daughter, and he's like, I've got loads of these. Here, take one for her. Great memory of him. Amazing guy. Brings back memories of a great time. This teepee now is something me and my daughter put up together, and she now uses it as her own sacred space. I really love my daughter. She's an amazing soul, and we get to share that space. She invites me in there to draw, to do art, and to meditate. Amazing. You see? I'm looking at my Rodecaster Pro, the thing that allows me to do my podcast and put this music in the background like this, you know what I'm saying, and give this kind of energy. This is amazing. I remember wanting one of these. I remember not having one of these. I remember not having the money to buy one of these. I remember thinking this is the only thing stopping me from doing my thing in a certain way, and it's here. You know, looking at this MacBook. I've got a MacBook. This is my second MacBook, and it was a gift from my wife and my mother. They bought it for me, and this was an amazing gift. And it's like, now I got 2 MacBooks. Rah, 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 rah. I appreciate them. My mom's alive and healthy and well. You see what I'm saying? That is a real meditation. Yeah? A gratitude one. It allows you to look at what actually is, what's actually real, what's actually going on, what's actually existing in your life. All that shit that your head's worried about tomorrow, yesterday, what people think of you, people somewhere in their bed, minding their business, and you got all the neurons for them at this time of the morning. Someone left a comment on your Instagram, or someone gave you some bad feedback about your business. That person's shoeing in their bed somewhere. And you're just, your whole life is messed up because of words on a screen or something you've seen, someone living their best life somewhere, and you're just overdoing it in your mind. You see what I'm saying? So that meditation is a great way to ground yourself in the present moment and look at tangible things in reality and give thanks for them. You see? And you could do that. You could spend as long as you want doing that. And it's very real. You could start to get stories and even sometimes get emotional. Sometimes you get emotional because you're remembering things, man. You know? Like where we live. Before I lived here, we was homeless for a little bit. You know, and what it took me and my wife to get this space that we're in, which is a beautiful space, in the perfect location for us, it was a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? And so it's like, yeah, I can get here now, and all of a sudden my blood's boiling for something. Sometimes you gotta look at yourself for the child that you are, you know. Have you ever seen yourself? Next time you get emotional, just pause, find a mirror and look at you and be like, look at you. Just laugh. But I want it. Nah. My life. I'm like, hold on, relax. Do you remember when you was homeless? When you was homeless, do you remember that? When you was homeless, you realize you're not homeless now. You get it? Do you remember when you used to, do you remember like back in the day, you used to like carry a knife to go link girls because you didn't trust them that much? You know you're in like an amazing relationship. Do you remember that? Remember when all you wanted to do was know how to make beats and put out music, and that's your life. Do you remember when you said you don't want to have a job and you need to find a way to make a living for yourself? You see, the thing about us as human beings is your life now is a dream of some sorts from 10 years ago. And you've worked so hard and it's just become a normal part of your life that you don't even rate the dreams you already live in. You don't even rate it. Now you're frustrated about some next dream, not knowing that you've already shown that dream is going to be a guarantee by the fact that this one was a guarantee from the one you had before. Cool, nah? You know what I'm saying? That's just cool, nah? You get what I'm saying, family? That's how it goes. That's how it goes, family. And so, and you know, they lock us into this state of mind with what is plugged into our brain constantly and how we are supposed to think about ourselves and success and life, and it's utter nonsense, family, and that's why we're talking about the spiritual game this year, because I want to help people get into the mindset of understanding that the only thing they need to watch is their life. The only thing they need to pay attention to is how they are fulfilling the needs and desire and will of the heart, family. This is, you know, because there's a big effort to degrade you spiritually. There's a huge effort in the world to degrade you spiritually, meaning get you thinking outside of your correct nature, get you acting outside of your correct nature, getting you to do things that you would that are not aligned with your morals and values, but you've somehow moralized on it because one, everyone's doing it, and two, it's celebrated and okayed by the world. Hey! But the life you live in response to that, it's not good. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, spiritual game. You have to focus on your spiritual game, family, because it's no longer about material in that instance. It's about really your ability to honor what's in your heart, and that is what will give you the oscillation between pleasure and peace. You're always gonna have challenges. Do you think money will not bring you more challenges? Let's stop that. Do you think money will not bring you more challenges? Like, do you think? Here's a broader question. Do you think there's supposed to be a life without challenge? That's the first question. We're going deeper into this tonight, family. Join me tonight. I told you today is the first day of the spiritual game. Click the link in my bio, family. Like I said, I'm going to be coaching people one-on-one. Yes? From now until March the 20th on the spiritual game. I want to deal with you and your particular path, family. So click the link in my bio. Click spiritual game. It's very, very affordable. Join me tonight. Yeah? We've got a special group where I want to talk directly to you and your path. But let's ask a question that we will elaborate later on tonight. Do you think life is supposed to be without challenges? Ask yourself that question. Do you think, when you get frustrated about life and what you're dealing with, do you believe that there is a life that has no challenge? The arrogant thing that happens with us is that we look at someone else who doesn't have our challenge and think that they don't have a challenge as grand and as heavy as our one. You get what I'm saying? This is not true. So when you're weighing up your life, oh, how's things going? Oh, my life's shit, you know. Why? Why is it shit? Well, you know, I ain't got no money. I'm broke. No one's supporting my business. What else do people say? Can't find a job. You know, like, they're like different versions of the exact same problem. Have you noticed that? Here, do me a favor. What is like, I want some questions now. It's question time. But what are the challenges? Generally speaking, most people's challenges, they don't have the money to do the things that they believe money will help them do. That is the biggest challenge for most people. Obviously, we've all got variant challenges, right? 100%. But for the bulk, day-to-day people, they ain't got enough money. And what's not funny, but what's interesting to me is the different kinds of people I hear say the exact same thing, which makes me go, well, what is actually enough money? What's enough money? Like, what is enough money? You, from where you're at, you can say what's enough, but do you realize by the time you get, you know, like, for example, yeah, when you was young, you'd be like, I just need $1 million. Not even like, when you was really young, you just wanted like maybe hey, listen, when I was really young, if I got £5, the world was finished. That was it. I made it in life. But like, when you get to set age, yeah, I just need to make $1 million. People with 1 million are not happy in that way. They're like, I need 11. Because you're around people that make tens of millions. That guy with tens of millions is around people that's making hundreds of millions. That guy with 100 million is around people that are on 1B. So everyone's looking like, so they're all getting the same broke tick in their mind. And I'm around people that, like, people in my phone book live drastically different lives. Like, literally different worldly lives, you know? And it's almost like they're in the same, it's almost like, imagine they're in the same queue. And this guy here might make, I don't know, £40 a month. And this guy over here might make, I don't know, 100,000 a year. But in their head, ask them, they're in the exact same place. And what's interesting, like if you turn those two people around, if this guy who looks at this guy, right? This guy lives on the coast of Kenya, right? In nature. This guy lives in a mansion somewhere in America, right? This guy spends his money here. This is his holiday. I just need to be in the sun and in the sea. I just need to be around nature. Yeah? So he flies over to where this guy lives, who only makes £40 a month, but he lives basically on the beach, right? And in these, you know, by the mountains, by the forest. He lives there, yeah? So he comes, but this is the funny conversation I have with my friends. He flies, he spends like $3,000 for like it's 3 to 4 grand, hotel, excursions, insurance, flight, all of that, to get here for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, he will spend about, let's be conservative, £500 to £800, right? to experience what this guy lives on £40 a month. There's a game here. Someone's playing a game with us. There's a game. It's really interesting. Yeah? Then, this guy here looks at this guy and was like, if I only had a fraction of what you have, my life would shift completely. I need to leave my village. I need to leave my community, my home, my land, so that I can make not 100,000. Let's say even if I made 20 grand a year. To this guy, 20,000 a year. You know what you could do with that over there? This guy's like, nah, I need to get closer to where they make this kind of money. So I'm gonna work, leave everything here behind so I can go here. So then he works and becomes this guy, but he now absorbs all that comes with that lifestyle. And so now he's just working to give back. Hey, life, mad thing.
Legal! Drop you again, drop you again, drop you again.
So, and these are real people, yeah? But something is going on here, family. Something is happening. Someone is lying to us about the substance of what life is actually made up of. You see, someone is lying to us. There is a narrative that's not adding up. There's a narrative that is not adding up. And I'm here to break the spell. He is the one. He has come to break the spell.
Here we go.
Real talk, because I don't believe in none of it. I don't believe in it. You get what I'm saying? And so, this is the interesting part. This is the journey I've decided to go on because it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Yeah? Doesn't make sense. And we shouldn't have to denounce our morals and our principles, our values, to have the simulation, because it's a simulation of success. We shouldn't have to denounce what actually truly represents us to have the feeling of success. Currently, our ideas of success are governed by the media we consume. You see? And again, this is why I'm passionate about bringing people out of these concrete jungles and these digital jungles that we live in and into nature, because you will look at yourself and life completely differently. I just have a family who just left Kenya. So we have some residential spaces over in the coast of Kenya. And so obviously we do trips to Kenya where we create this wonderland experience. But for anyone who wants to just book and go and stay in our spaces and be around our people, and it's there. So there's a family who's just come back, and every day I was getting messages from them. They're from the Caribbean, Rasta family. And every day I was getting messages about how wonderful, how amazing, how much, that they feel they've been lied to, about the realness of life. And it's not something that you can, I preach about it. It's not something that you can adequately preach about. You have to bring people to the experience and go, look, feel your body in this environment. I don't have to preach nothing to you. Just feel, just go there. Go there. Can you feel that? All right then. What's life? I don't know what it is anymore. This is amazing. Do you not remember in Fresh Prince where Carlton got the what's it called? The slam book or whatever. And he's like, yes, I have the power. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. That glow, that rush. Oh shit, this is my body. I didn't know what my body felt like. I didn't know my butt. Oh, wow. What am I complaining about? It's all here. Activation. Wow. Oh, that's vegetables. Oh, that's fruit. Oh. Oh. Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Here we go.
So, I want to take you on an adventure of the spirit, family. And it starts with this understanding the spiritual game. Because one of the beautiful things that we will get into during this season of the spiritual game is really helping you create a new lens at which you look at life. And if I could give you that lens, which we call ma'at, yes? If I can give you that lens, which we call ma'at, by the time you enter into our community, in our village, and in nature and motherland, hey, you'll be prepared you'll be prepared to define what you've experienced. A big part of experience is we don't know how to define it. And this is the job of media, to help us define the sensations of nature. But there are sensations that you've yet to feel from not being in the motherland and in nature specifically. When you feel them, you need to know how to define them. You know what I'm saying? Because when they pass through, you'll be like, what was that? Yes. What was that? What was that? No one told me about that. You get what I'm saying? And when you have a Martian eye or a Martian perspective, you're like, aha, I understand what's going on here. You get what I'm saying? Let's get into some questions though. I'm going to play some vibrations in the back. How we doing, family? Put a flame if you're in the game. We got everyone tuned in right now. Put a flame if you're in the game. I want to get some questions for you. And yeah. Oh, I don't like that. I want some vibrations, family. Oof. Let's get into some questions while I serenade you in Swahili. You know what I'm saying? Put your questions there, family. We got about 15 minutes. But we're going to get into some questions right now. You don't know. Let me look for these questions.
African sex. How sure when you put it on me? African sex. Sijawahi utamukahi. African sex.
You are listening to two. What should I say? Dream come.
Umefika ni wakati nataka niwe nawe. Mili zetu zinataka ziongee. Nachotaka toka kwako vioke. Oh, kibusa. Utamu wako minajua. Nipe ruhusa. Kifuani mwako nilalie. Kwanza ningarie, hebu niangalie, kisha nidalie, utamu nisikie, maheta waseme, wakichoka walale, tangu.
Let's get some questions going, family. I thought there was a question there, but that was a statement. Big up FJ Kenya.
Nani atanito wanjeve? African sex.
You are listening.
Hey! African sex.
Hey!
Let's go, family. Let's go. Let's get some questions in. Are we gonna keep it moving? While you lot are there, again, if you guys want one-on-one spiritual health coaching, family, I'm here. Click the link in the bio. Also, the spiritual game starts tonight, 8 p.m. Go on the website Let's go.
You gon' hug this man, you gon' trust this man. Let me in your motherland. Open up so I can plant my seeds of love, erect some pyramids and obelisks, and give that river Nile a kiss. No one else can vibe with this. No one is as wild as this, and no one else as true as you and me. When I'm combined with you, I can't tell no other soil. It's you that makes my hair coil. Rhythm from another prison, freeing me from every prison. Black woman, black woman, black woman, Af woman, that woman. Natural, my plural. I see all of you as heaven sent. Come over you like melanin. It's freedom. What I'm telling them is, let me add the plus to your minus. I'm gonna lift you up, my highness. And we gon' put that history behind us. Just make love to me, love to me. Just make love to me, love to me. Just make love with me, love with me. Let me make love to you, love to me. Let me give you African sex.
Here we go!
Can't leave you hanging like that. I can't leave you hanging like that. Just make love to me, love to me. Just make love to me, love to me. I think I might run that instrumental. Let's run that instrumental. All right, cool. Are your intentions totally return to the motherland? I don't believe in totality. I really don't. I used to, until life just humbles you. Let me tell you my intentions with Africa. Hold on, I'm getting too gassed right now. So, sorry, I can't focus. So, let me say, here we go. You see, like when you're playing, it's a game. So like, imagine we're in a game. We are in a game, family.
Here we go!
Hey! This is a game. This is a game, yeah? So, understanding that and always remembering that, family, this is a game. So, here goes. In a game, you start the game in a particular world or an environment. Whatever level you start on. Yes? So, you get dropped in, and the world you get dropped in, for some reason, is the world. You meet some characters, and you meet the enemies on that level, your powers on that level, etc., etc., etc. So, as you move up in the game, family, different worlds are opened up to you. Different privileges, powers, and observations of self are opened up to you as you move up in the game. The old worlds are still accessible. You can go down a level and explore things that you've already conquered and run around and twerk if you want. You get what I'm saying? But there's new territory that you can explore to experience yourself in the game. My intentions for the motherland is that I want you to experience that level of yourself. I want you to be able to be in Africa the way you are in London. That level of knowledge, that level of comfortability, that level of community. Sorry, a way better level of community. I want you to be able to live, work, educate, entertain yourself. You see? Have your own economy in the motherland. It doesn't mean you'll never go anywhere else. It just means that this is now a realm, an environment you've created that suffices everything you need. So why not spend 20, 30 years living in Africa? Why not? And then when you're 60, you go and live somewhere else, as my dad has done, as some of our parents are doing. Do you get it? Life is long. When you really add it up, life is actually long. Do you get what I'm saying? And I've done 30 years in England.
Here we go!
So, do you get what I'm saying? I'm good on this level. How many times we're going to go Oxford Circus? How many times we're going to Oxford Circus? How many times we're going to go Hyde Park? How many times you're going to go You get what I'm saying? I like Notting Hill Carnival, but how many times are we gonna go Notting Hill Carnival? How many times are you gonna walk down the same dead street you've been walking on your whole life? I feel like, does no one feel like that? I feel like Belle and Beauty and the Beast. There must be more to this provincial life. You don't feel like that? You don't feel like that? You don't feel like that? No? That's how I feel. And so for me, my intention is just to open up the space. I just want to open up the space so that we can experience ourselves in that environment from this perspective. Not holiday where it's like, oh, I've got 2 weeks to do the most. You get what I'm saying? Not that, because that's not a living experience. You can't really deduce how it would feel like to live when you're there for 2 weeks or 1 month. You get what I'm saying? Minimum 3 to 6 months. You get what I'm saying? Minimum. That's like starter pack. Minimum 3 months. And so, yeah, it starts by having residential spaces and a community to receive you, which is what we have, which is what we are building. And yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. I'd have... Oh, okay, so it's Marina, DM me so yeah, I don't forget when we finish the live. DM me, yeah? Or you can download Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need to download it. You can go on the browser as well. But message me and we'll get an alternative sorted as well. What's the first step of playing the spiritual game? The first step of playing the spiritual game is understanding spiritual law. It's your nature, but we're so far removed from our nature. The average person is so afraid of nature. And so because we have been made to exalt the mind and the intellect as the bastion of God, we have to use mental and intellectual processes to get you into the heart, and that's where the study of Ma'at is important. Because if no one's messing with your mind, your nature's gonna bring you to Ma'at anyway, because it's your nature. You don't even have to try. It's always trying to bring you there. The mind actually resists the natural process for you to live as a Martian. The mind resists. The mind and how it's programmed, because unnatural people program you. People who are not of nature program you. And we've gone to school to learn how to be unnatural. The other day I sat on the ground and this old white man was like, "Don't do that, you'll get piles." And he was so genuinely concerned for me that I nearly considered the nonsense he was talking about. I wasn't even naked. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't do that, you'll get piles. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's very hot outside. You need some sunscreen. Put on some sunscreen. You need to block the sun. Genuine concern. Not even in his world, that is legit. It's not legit to me. That's what I'm saying. You know? So, yeah, the first step of playing the spiritual game is understanding your spiritual nature. And because your nature has been adulterated and you've been taught to exalt the mind as the crown of God, then you need to read and study so that your mind can relax its blood clot and make way for the actual true power, which is the heart, where the wisdom speaks. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, let's get some. That's hilarious. Hold on. Let's go. Let's get some questions, family. Can you speak on... Hey, Benny with the questions. Can you speak on the role men in their masculinity plays in this time? What time? Can you speak on the role men in their masculinity plays in this time? I'll say this. Woo! Gotta sit back in my seat. You know, we start talking about the masculine. That's my favorite game, by the way. The masculine and feminine game, which, first of all, I'll say masculinity is not only reserved for men. Masculinity is, men are the divine keepers of and representations of masculinity. That's why we say divine masculine, because it's their divine job to represent masculinity in the family game. But every one of us has masculine and feminine and must honor both within ourselves. And that is how we become co-creators with the divine feminine. It's very difficult for you to relate and connect with women in a way that's holistic if you don't honor the feminine in yourself. Her feminine is just going to erupt you and make you feel so uncomfortable that your lack of femininity is going to want to fight her grand experience of it, and you end up violating her, and that's just what happens. You get what I'm saying? And the same happens in the opposite. You get what I'm saying? If a woman has no masculine representations in her life, or she's had to fulfill that role in herself in a way that is toxic to her own feminine, then when she meets a masculine, all she's going to want to do is fight him, because it looks like he's trying to unalive her, make her other than herself. You get it? And so masculinity and femininity must be balanced within us, and we have to understand as men and women how that role fulfills family building. Yeah? Because we talk a lot about roles and rights and rare, what's men supposed to do, what's women supposed to do. But first of all, you know, like, depending on the game you're playing, hey!
Legal!
Depending on the game you're playing, right? If you're playing Jenga and you're playing Monopoly, there's two different rules for the players. So we having arguments over men and women. I'm gonna get to your question, but this is me building up to answering your question. We men and women, and who should be doing this, who should be doing what, who should be paying, building the house 50-50, how many wives, how many husbands, poly this, Amory that, money this, gammy that. We're having conversations about ingredients, and we don't know what we're making.
Legal!
What are you making? What are you making? Oh, that's too much salt. Too much salt for what? If I'm making saltfish, is it too much salt? No. We need sugar. Sugar for what? Sugar for what? If I'm making pasta, we don't need no damn sugar. But everyone's over here is like, I like sugar. No, burn that sugar. We want salt. We need salt. But what are you making? That's the question I want to ask. What are you making? I need more wives. Why? What are you making? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I need more wives. Okay. Why? What are you doing? What are you making? No, you don't. I need more husbands. That's what it is. We need more men. I need to be with more men. That's right. Huh? Why? What are you making? What are you making? We're arguing over ingredients to things, and we're not committing to anything in the process. So we're having this constant back and forth about men and women and our roles and our jobs and our ancestors did this and blah, blah, blah. Okay. No one's wrong, by the way. No one's wrong. What are you making? That's going to determine if me and my wife sit down and say, babes, today we're going to make ackee and saltfish. And she says, cool. Here are the bananas. They're alkaline. They're good for your gut. They are Dr. Sebi approved. I bought them from the market. I'm going to be like, okay, babes, but we're making ackee and saltfish. That's what we agreed. So put them bananas away. Do you get it? If I say I'm making rice and peas, we got basmati rice, I'm making rice and peas, and you with your Ghanaian self, your Nigerian self is saying, cool, I got the tomato puree. I'm ready. I got the tomato puree. Trust me, it makes it sweet. I'm like, that's cool, but we're making rice and peas. There's no tomato in rice and peas. Back the fuck up. This is how I see this conversation and this narrative that keeps going around. It's like we're arguing over ingredients and we don't know what we're making. So the role of men in their masculinity and the role of women in their femininity and how that comes together is literally going to be deduced by what they are making. And if you don't know what you're making, this becomes a loop, a conversation loop. Yeah? All right. So, can you speak on the role of men in their masculinity and masculinity plays in this time? So, based on that understanding, it's really going to be what it's. Here's what I'm going to talk generally on what I feel society is doing and done to men, and then I'm going to localize it because it's really down to the individual at the end of the day and what they desire to make. You see? You know? I, from being in the motherland, living and experiencing how boys are brought to manhood in indigenous cultures, it has occurred to me that one of the chief spoils of growing up in this side of the world as a man, particularly as a person of nature, is we are robbed of our rites of passage. We are robbed of our rites of passage. That is the biggest tragedy of men today, is that our rites of passage, and women now are being robbed of theirs because they're being cultured to disregard their womanhood. Women are being cultured to disregard, to hate their womanhood. It's now normal for a woman to violate her body using synthetic drugs. Violate the natural process, the natural rhythm of her body using synthetic drugs because she wants to free up the pom-pom. What?
Legal! Drop it again!
And again, what's crazy about that is it sounds like to some people, to some crazy people, it would sound like my words are trying to limit the experience of women. But I'm like, go back home in nature. You don't think they're having sex? You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You want to see free women. You know what I'm saying? So you have just been cultured to do things that keep a certain power structure in place. By all means, free it up. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be at the expense of your soul, your spirit, and the rhythm of your own nature. And so, yes, men now, our spiritual initiation, our spiritual growth comes from what is physically brought to us, outside of us. That's why our balls are outside. That's why our penis is outside. This live, my battery's dying, yeah? Yeah, that's why our shit is outside. Our sexual, which represents our spiritual game, is outside. This is why in the motherland, women build the house. For the most part, women are the ones that build the house because their domain is inside. They're creating a temple for their own spiritual process, which the man's only job is to protect the house, not dictate what happens inside of it. He's already the leader of the family by what he does surrounding the house. But the woman is the home. You see, and that represents her womb. The home represents the womb. The nurturing of the womb and what the womb is able to produce. The man's spiritual journey is outside. Outside me there.
League.
Outside me there. The man's spiritual journey and process is outside. And if society doesn't allow him to go through the initiation processes and rites of passage that's going to allow him to naturally come into manhood, you're going to get a lot of grown, muscular, financially independent boys. You get what I'm saying? Also, I would say this. This sexual game, it doesn't favor the woman. The sexual game that we play now, where I can just walk up any girl and just have, the sexual standards are so low, it's easy to just have sex with people. It's too easy. And that's not good for a man's spiritual growth, right? You see, a woman who is loose with her sexuality, right? Not sexually free and liberated. Loose. Those are two different curriculums, right? But a woman who's loose with her sexuality and a society that is loose with their sexuality, it spoils the spiritual game of men. In the sense that he is constantly working to build a world that reflects the standards of the women around him. Ask any man, one of their prime and key motivating factors is the women in his life, be it his mum, be it his girlfriend or wife, or be it his children. Obviously, could be boy or girl, but that children represent that feminine space. One of the key motivators for a man's development is the women in his life. The woman he has in his mum and the women he's striving to get. Now, but he builds a world based on the standard he believes that is fit for that woman. That's what he strives for. When there is no barrier of entry to be with a woman, you get reckless men who don't grow in their capacity. Because what dowry, even though for those of you who know about dowry and that system, even though some people don't like it, people don't like how much family is in your business, or how, the process culturally you have to take to become married, and how much family's involved, and rare. People don't like it, but it's a form of protection. Specifically for the woman. Because the man is about to disrupt her entire body chemistry. As soon as a man enters inside of you, your whole body chemistry is disrupted. You get what I'm saying? As soon as he does that. And if any man is allowed to do that and then walk out of your life, which is a common thing today, what is going to happen to the woman on a chemical level? What is going to happen as she still continues to grow and she's left vulnerable and having to take care of her family by herself? You get what I'm saying? While the man, again, just continues running around doing the same thing, and no one is holding him accountable to that. Because society's like, there's no system that holds that man accountable. Really. The only system that holds him accountable is, the courts and all of these things. But then that just only tears the family apart. By the time you go to court and stuff for your children, you can kiss your family goodbye, like, for the long term. Whereas when you've got families that are connected through marriage, through the dowry system, that means dowry is like I said, a subscription where you're constantly having to, it's not even about the money, it's the fact that you are recognizing that you are taking care of that, the extension of that family, which is the daughter that you've taken. They recognize that you are still here. that you're still present, that you're still working, that you still have the highest intentions for the wife that you have and the land that you're cultivating, because the woman is land. How do ancestors come alive? How do aliens get to Earth? I'm gonna go real esoteric now. Like, how do aliens get to Earth? It's not through spaceships, it's through the woman. The mothership is the womb. It's nothing's out there. It's inner space. It's not outer space. All aliens go and do me a favor. Go and look at a baby 13 weeks into pregnancy. Not a baby, but like the fetus. 13 weeks. Go and look at a picture of a fetus 13 weeks in and tell me what you see. Right? So, how aliens, ancestors, and all life forms get to Earth is through the waters of the woman or the waters of the sea. Through the waters, the mami wata, the womb. So now, based on that fact, and how do they get called? Through the semen of the man. How do they, so should any man just be allowed to just, run up? You get what I'm saying? You've got to earn the right to do that. Just calling entities into life. And that's where the world is mad. just calling mad entities in because you was drunk and on a mad thing. You get what I'm saying? So, there's a lot that we need to conversate on regarding that. But, going back to your question, the role of masculinity and all of these things, a man is made by the processes, the physical processes he goes through. You get what I'm saying? No one can tell a man what to do. He has to be in a position in life where life hits him in a way and he responds in a way and he's like, oh, I know now. You know what I'm saying? And he's just there. Do you get what I'm saying? A woman's spiritual process is internal in that way. You know what I mean? So, that is robbed from us in this country. That's robbed from us. And so, if I can give some practical activation, just to end this live, if I can give a practical activation for what I believe or what I see that men need to do. And I don't like speaking for men, I like speaking for myself. But for me, that it's, because here's the thing, and here is the basis of my answer is women don't even know themselves. Currently, women are sold this idea of freedom via the man. So women think freedom is based on the freedoms men get to enjoy, but actually it's actually a prison for them. I don't even have time to go into it, but I will. Just not now. But like, women are sold the idea that their freedom is based on what the man lives. And so women today strive to be like men because that is what represents their freedom. They have been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and run amok. You know what I'm saying? No, but that's what it is. So how do we switch that around? Men need to change their standards. Because if women are trying to be like us, let's change our standards. I actually think, and here's the close, men, you are the prize. Men, you're the prize. You're the prize. You're actually the prize. You are the prize. Real talk. We don't talk about this enough. Yeah? Men don't talk about this enough because of how it might trigger some women who are insecure. But you're the prize, bro. Yeah? As much as we talk about the womb, the activator of the womb is you. You hold the gold, you hold the elixir of life. Are you dumb? You're the prize, bro. We talk about the womb and it's magic. And the womb is how the realm, because guess what? The womb can deny the elixir of life. So let's make sure we understand that. The womb can deny it, and it does. But the activator of life, I feel your feather. You get what I'm saying? You hold the stick, the power. You hold the power to activate life. You command, you lead. Cultivate land. You are the seed that springs forth the potential of the womb. And she does the same to you. So, in that way, don't just be dashing. Like, you know, when I realized that, I was like, you know what? Bun you lot. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to sleep with this. You don't get to have this. You get what I'm saying? So I genuinely feel like we need to just have more standards as well. Yo, oh, sound gone. That means, woof. Wait. Yo, that means, yo, I'm sorry. That means, boy. That means the live's supposed to be cut. They're like, Mikel, don't say no more. Don't say no more.